Kekal. Shooting on the right, representing United States of America. Patrick Houston. Jordan Mitchell. Rodney.
Yeah, when we start.
Okay, welcome. We are
Right.
planning to look at the medal matches in junior teams in Zagreb for World Field Archery Championship. And my name is Kenneth Åhlund, and with my side I have Ivana Buden from Croatia, a double times European champion and one times an region world champion since 2012.
Hello everyone. Yeah, we're waiting for the team finals to start, and we will be starting the final day with junior men teams, the bronze medal match, which will be between USA and Sweden.
Yes, and what we have on the screen now is target 3 and 4, but they are actually sitting in another direction that we are used to.
Oh yes, that's true. Okay, now we see the archers. They will get prepared to start the match now. Of course, on targets 1 and 2. We'll see them probably closely in a few minutes when they start shooting.
And we have heavy rain now, and Sweden will start.
Yes, Sweden is starting on the left side.
Now
Okay,
one
this
Swede is
is-
down.
Oh yeah, it is very slippery. The rain came down very strongly about 10 minutes ago, and he slipped, which is pretty much the image of the whole week. He only did it on camera, so everyone could see.
They are digging, are allowed to do that.
Yes, they are. That is the whole point that we do when we come to a peg. We like to make the footing a little more even, because if you can see, they're standing on a side hill, on a slight side hill.
The Swede Jesper Fredriksson is starting the recurve bow.
Yes, the recurve bow starts, and well, it doesn't matter if the recurve bow starts, but one of them from the red peg has to start. And when he's done, the other archer is allowed to draw the bow. He started with a, I'm gonna guess maybe a 4 if he caught it, and the other compounder also shot a 4, a high one. And when the two archers from the red peg are done shooting, the bare bower will approach the blue peg, which is a few meters closer.
Yeah, and it's 50 meters for the red peg, and it will be 10 meters for the blue peg for the barebow archers.
Yes, the barebow shoots short the distance, of course, due to the fact that they are not allowed any sights or stabilizers.
That's also a miss.
Yeah.
It looks like Sweden have a tough start with 7. We will see how much is it compared to the US soon.
Yeah, it looks like a rough start, but it's not really easy conditions here. If the boys are tense, it's probably not easy on them.
I hope we'll get the camera back on
Yep.
track, because US have started now, I think. They got a signal. They have 2 minutes.
Yeah, they
shooting.
have 2 minutes for 3 arrows shooting, and that's practically 40 seconds per archer. There we go. And the recurve starts here as well.
Yeah.
So obviously that's a preferred
It
choice.
was
Oh,
good
and
5.
Yeah, that's a very good shot. It's a very nice 5 from the recurver. Puts a little pressure on the compounder. Yeah.
And
And that is a nice 6, and
Yeah.
he can obviously hold it. But they seem to be doing a little better than the Sweden, but just one target.
yeah, they already 4 points before.
Yeah, they're already 4 points ahead. The barebowers from US seems a little confused here.
He shoots left hand.
Yeah, he shoots a left hand, which means we'll just be looking at his back from this position, but it's not a problem, of course.
And what's the main difference between barebow and recurve archers?
Well, barebow doesn't have any sights, any stabilizers or clickers. The recurver has well, pretty much everything that a compound has, only it doesn't have the cams and the double cables and so on. You know, they have a sight. The recurver has a sight. The recurver has a stabilizer, so it makes it easier for them to be more precise than a bare bower.
Yeah, it
He shot a
seems
3.
Three.
It's solid.
14, and Sweden seems to have 7, maybe 8.
7, maybe 8, depending on that middle arrow that the recurver shot. But we will see. It's definitely a rough start for Sweden.
Yeah, it's only four targets, and of course the 3 left, still left is longer and could happen a lot of things on that. But
everything can happen. What is usually the thing in teams, in field teams, where you have 3 different bows shooting. Usually it is the bare bower that is very important. If the bare bow archer in some team is very good or stable, usually that makes the difference. Because the compounders and the recurvers are usually closer together when it comes to the results that they shoot, but the bare bowers can make a very big difference.
I heard someone said that the compound archers and recurve archers just have to do what they have to do, and the bare bow archers actually have to hit the target, and then it's rather good.
Yeah, that's sometimes what people say. However, shooting a recurve or a compound, it makes it also kind of difficult. Let's put it this way. It puts a lot of pressure on those archers because everyone also expects them to always hit, to always be on the level of everyone's expectations, and it's not always easy to do it, especially not in these conditions. The rain is pouring.
Yeah.
It is important to them. This is a match for a medal or no medal. This is bronze and a 4th place, so it's a big difference depending on what they do now. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're under pressure.
And then the lowest score seems to start the next
Yes,
target.
that is a rule that the lower scoring team or a lower scoring individual would start.
Yeah, and the next target is 40 centimeters, and it will be 25 meters for the
Yes.
red peg.
Yes, 25 meters for the boys that are starting to shoot now, and the recurver starts again. I am fascinated by the sunglasses in this weather though. And he did good now. He shot a very good 6.
And we know also that the recurve archer of Sweden here is the reigning world champion for juniors since Val d'Isère 2012.
Yeah, so that's definitely a good thing. So we're dealing with good archers here.
Now we have the Swedish bare bow archers in 20 meters.
Yeah, and the recurve and compound started with a 6 and a 5, which is rather good. So that's a much better round so far. Let's see what the 3rd boy does. It's a 4, very good. It's a very solid shot, pretty close to the 5. I think mostly bare bows, if they stick around the 4 in such conditions, I think they can be proud of themselves.
Yeah. We'll see what the US do about it. If Swedes can catch up some points or not.
Yeah, Swedes just shot a 15, which I would say is a solid round, but let's see what the US boys have in mind right now.
Yeah, don't have got the scores for Sweden for the first target yet, but it seems to be 7 on that one. That's
okay, recurve archer seems to like these targets. They both shot 6s from both teams.
that
And
looks
this
like
probably
6 maybe.
maybe just out. It's on the top, 12 o'clock, maybe a millimeter out.
We have the camera for that target is below the target Arab lines.
Yeah, wherever you put up the camera, there will always be some arrow that you cannot call from that position. So, which is okay. That's why they do it from the target, from all of the perspectives.
But they still missed the scores for Sweden.
Yeah, they will hopefully update it soon, so the viewers can start following everything.
I think that Sweden have 22, 23.
Yeah, they're 22 at 23 after first 2 targets.
American bare bow watchers.
Yeah, he definitely takes a while to focus,
Oh.
and that shows result. It's a very good shot.
They have 16 or 17 on that, so Sweden not catch any scores points on that one.
Yeah, they shot a good. They shot a good round, and they're gonna be losing points again. We just. It obviously puts to show that in the first two targets, USA was definitely a much better team. So let's see if they can keep up the dominance on their long shots.
And now we have shot the two short ones. We will have two long ones.
Yeah, the bigger target faces, they will be shooting on the maximum distances. The 60 centimeter on 45 meters and the 80 centimeter on 60 meters as the last one.
Yeah, and here it's the case that we have the target number 3 is against the lake, and it will be on the right side, as you see in the screen soon. The Swede digs.
Yeah, they're digging. Yeah, everyone waiting to start shooting after them is probably just saying, yeah, keep digging, boys, we will have to shoot from the same position, so the other teams have it easier. They won't have to do as much digging as the first ones on the field.
And they're waiting for the
they're
scores, I think, for the...
They're waiting for the official scoring to be done, and for the scoring judges, for the scorers and agents to move out of the way, so to say. And they're getting their arrows back from a judge that was obviously scoring, and now they can start again.
Yeah. As a coach for this match for the Swedes, we have an old world champion, Erik Jonsson, and he will be in the gold medal match tomorrow in
yes,
barebow division himself.
Yes, if I am not wrong, he also won the gold 10 years ago in Croatia at the World Field Championships in Plitvice. So let's see if he can get the title again in Croatia. Maybe it's his lucky country.
Yeah, it will be a Swedish gold medal anyway.
Yeah, definitely. That's okay. They started with a 4 now.
Yeah.
This is a very long shot. This target face on 45 meters is a very hard target to shoot. You have to be very, very, very focused.
I see a lot
This
of
is a 6.
6.
Very
Yes,
good.
it should be 6. It's enough to be touching the line.
Yeah, it is. The arrow is counted as in if it's touching the line or any kind of breaks. If it breaks the line at all, a little bit.
Now we have the scores.
Yes, after the first two targets, it was 30 to 22 for US, and now Sweden has 32 with one arrow to go on this target, and 3 arrows for USA.
The barrel archers took down. Why happened? Well,
Well,
what's
he was
happened?
maybe, for example, this pair bower, he comes up to the target, puts the arrow on and starts shooting right away. Maybe he just wasn't as ready or as prepared. That's a good shot. That
Yeah.
is 5. That's beautiful on this target. Maybe he just wasn't focused or it didn't feel right. So it's good that he decided to redo the shot again.
Yeah, and it was 40 meters for the barrel archer.
40 meters on this target, which is reasonably small, it is hard. Also, when I shoot it with a compound on 40 meters, 40 and 45, to be honest, with compound, it is not the easiest target to shoot. You have to focus, otherwise the arrow is going to be out.
American recurve archer shoot
Yeah,
a 5.
a
Let's
5.
continue.
Yes, the American boys seem to be really doing well. They obviously don't mind the weather or the stress. 2 5s, pretty solid.
They were a little bit lower in the semi-finals, but it seems to have forgot that one now.
Yeah, it was a different match that ended, and obviously they're doing a good job on not just resetting the scores back to 0, but also to reset their mind, so to say, and start from the beginning. And let's see their bare bower now, if he will do as good of a job on this target as he did before.
And whatever he do, they anyway have a lead for the...
Yeah, they have a very solid lead because they have 1 arrow to go and they're already 3 points in the lead. And again, their archer takes some time and just tries to relax a little, because obviously the first 2 boys were fast enough to leave him enough time for him to shoot and get in the shot properly and relaxed.
It's they have 2 minutes to go for the full team, so it's a little bit about saving time for each other.
Yes, okay.
two.
He didn't do such a good job, but well, for other archers, maybe it was visible that he didn't really make such a nice shot this time. But it's rainy, slippery. Maybe just he shot it maybe when he didn't actually want it. So
It also looks like he had some interference with his shirt and he
yes,
shot that shot.
that's how it looked like. So maybe he didn't just stand in the proper position as he might have wanted it. But still, yeah, even the slightest mistake on this type of a target, on this type of a distance, will cost you a lot of points.
Down there we see the scores. We see that's a long distance. We saw the lake behind it.
Yeah. And the next target is going to be even longer. It is 5 points difference.
And it's 60 meters for the red peg and 50 meters for the blue peg.
Yes, that one is very far, which means, well, with 5 points difference, that is a lot of points difference. But still, in team event, I think this is all doable. This is still an open match, depending on what Sweden does now.
Yeah.
They're the ones opening. If they put up a really good score, it's gonna put a lot of pressure on the American team. So.
The long ones have shown its importance before. Have happened things there.
Yeah, the long ones are usually the ones where bigger differences are made, and where usually in team event where the finals are won or lost.
And the target is 80 centimeters. It's 6 points score possible for each arrow.
Yes.
The yellow one is 2, 5 and 6 in the yellow one.
Yes, and then of course 4, 3, 2, and 1 depending on the outer circle. So let's see what Sweden does with this one. Ooh, that's a 3. That's gonna be a little shaky.
Yeah. They had needed a yellow one on.
Yeah, they would have needed 3 really good shots. They got a 5 out of this one.
It's 8.
Still a little shaky. I think this won't be putting up a lot of pressure on the American team.
You need a very good shot on the barebow archers from Sweden if it will be possible.
Yeah, which is also why the compound archer is obviously going to the peg with him to maybe just give him some sort of a support, because that barebow archer is very aware of his importance right now and on the pressure that is on him. So it's important to get him to relax. And there we go.
Take down.
He cannot make the shot right away. It's nice to have someone just behind your back to know that you're not alone in there, especially of course when you're shooting a team.
No.
No, it did not work out.
Then it will be.
It'll be a rather easy job for the American boys, but let's see them shoot. I think it might be a little easier for them to make a good group now and a good score.
So very surprising if they don't manage it.
Let's see.
It's already done.
Yeah, it's already done. He shot a 4. Okay, a solid shot. 6. Yeah, he looked a little surprised by that one now, but it's a good shot to do. A 6 on 60 meters. We all like those.
Yeah, I think we can try to remember the Americans' scores here, because I think they can be compared to the gold medal match soon later on.
Yeah, they're shooting very solid, I must admit. So we'll see how the gold medal contenders do it, if their scores will be higher or lower than this. I have very often noticed that in the bronze medal match that the scores tend to be even higher than the ones in the gold, because you have individuals or a team, like in this particular final, you have people fighting for a medal. If you lose, you don't have a medal. If you win, you have a medal. So the motivation is a little stronger.
Yeah, 12, and it was a
Australia
this
to
match for the bronze medal match, United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And
Yes.
team won bronze
Congratulate
medal.
them.
Yeah, congratulations to US team. They did a good job and they dominated this match from the very first target, definitely.
I think they won all 4 targets.
Yes, they were better on all 4 targets, even when Sweden had a good group. When you can say that they shot really good, the US boys seemed to have outdone them even then. So they have won fair and square.
Yeah, and we see a little bit of the downhill angles here when we look at the audience.
Yeah, it's a reasonably nice place for the audience to see because they are on the hill, looking down. They can see all the targets and all the archers. So it's an open view.
America won this match by
Ivana Buren by my
54
side,
points. Swedish got 40
world champion
points.
since 2012. Have you ever shot above the podium?
Above what?
Over the podium? The prize ceremony podium?
Well, I am not sure. I am not sure. I know we have shot some World Cups maybe, where the podium might have been somewhere in the middle. I am not sure. This is certainly something special.
I have never seen it before.
Well, definitely not in field.
No.
Definitely not in field, and this is definitely going to be a nice place to have a medal ceremony with the lake in the background and the Zagreb written behind it. It's probably gonna make very nice photos.
Yeah, and we know that the Americans will stand at that podium a little bit later on the bronze medal place.
Yes.
Please welcome the target judge and coaches for the next
And-
match. Dame i gospodo, molim vas, pozdravite sukcesor.
And now we have the judges and the coaches for the next match, for the gold medal junior match.
And it
And-
will be Italy against Great Britain.
Yes, I did expect like I said, I did expect the Americans to be in the gold match, but obviously Italy and Great Britain did a better job. So I'm very excited to see what they do in the gold final now.
It's
Dame i gospodo,
There's a lot of
molim vas, želite dobrodošli,
countries
dobrodošli
at the
na
World Championship. We had 27 countries attending this championship. I think it's one of the best number of countries we have so far.
Yes, it is. The entries started a little slow, but then we have gotten into reasonably big numbers for a field championship, which is really good. I'm very glad to see that. It's a nice place to come. Zagreb, I think, is a very good championship, so to say, and it was very attractive for the people to shoot it. I think it's reasonably good pricing as well for the team, so I think all of that together made a lot of archers come.
Yeah, and I think that Croatia have a good reputation doing World Championships.
Yeah, we haven't done one in a while, so I think it's a good idea that we organize one again. I'm very glad to see it happen in my own hometown.
Here we have the Great British team, British team on the left side, and we have the Italian team on the right side. We'll see which
Yeah, we will in a
which
short
country will
moment.
start.
Yeah, in a short moment we'll see which one will start and how they will make it do. However, it is nice to see that the rain is fairly slowing down. So actually I think it has stopped at this very moment. And it will be definitely much nicer for the archers to shoot.
But still slippery. We saw one of the Swedes fall down
yes.
on the first target before.
Oh yes, he fell, and another American nearly fell. But I must admit, their footwear was not very good for this type of shooting. It's very slippery, and yeah, you have to watch out what kind of footwear you're wearing, because it can get dangerous if you're walking around in the woods with a bow and you're slipping. Okay, so Great Britain starts, but the compounder is going to start here.
Shooting a red peg on 15 meters on small faces. They have one face each, a target face each to shoot on.
Okay, he
Six,
started with a
six.
nice 6. If I'm not wrong, this boy is in the gold medal match tomorrow, an individual as well. So he has been doing rather well this week.
Yeah.
Actually, if I'm not wrong, he is in the semifinals. He has defeated, let's just say, the gold medal contender from
4,
Belgium.
J3.
We have number 4 on the recurve archer. They're
Reasonably
shooting
well,
under
6 and a 4. Let's see what how their bare bow works.
and you'll see that's
Yeah.
still a lot of water on cameras and such.
Yeah, the cameras are still a little wet from it, but it has been pouring rain for a long time, so it's gonna take a while for them to dry.
The British barrel watchers, and
That was a fast shot, but a good one.
Five.
It's a good
Big.
5, and this might be really important for them. They actually have a 6.54, which is a 15.
it's good.
Yeah,
15.
that is. Yeah, it's rather
After
good,
3
but
arrows, Great Britain has a
let's see.
score of 15.
you can never know what the other team might be up to. It's a 5 average per archer, and
Now
that's
shooting
really
on the
good.
right is Italian team.
And they also know that the Italians is good.
yes, Italy has always had good teams in field and individuals, so it's definitely not a team that you would want to just think not take serious.
The compound archer starts.
Yeah, also,
Six.
and a 6.
Six.
So they take their job seriously, obviously.
And
Let's see the
Italian
recurve.
recurve archers is among the best one of the in the world, also in target
Yes.
archery.
Yes, they're. Yeah, it also happens a lot that really good field archers are also
Big.
good target archers, and he shot a 5, a good 5, on a really small face. So that's really good job so far. Let's see what their bear bower does. If he shoots a 4, they would be tied.
And this guy, Nosetti, his name, he had his first bow was crashed by a car yesterday, but he was still anyway first in the individual qualification.
Yes, he had a bit of a car accident,
Oh.
let's say, but that did
Possible
not get him
6.
off the course.
Small
He shot
churches
a
and stuff.
6 probably. I would say it's a 6 from here, but
Yeah.
we'll wait for the scoring. That is a very, very good shot.
Italia vodi za 1
But you need to be rather
Small
strong,
churches za 2.
mentally strong, when you have to borrow a bow just before you go out and
Possible 2.
Oh yes,
field.
it's not so comfortable to shoot a different person's bow or a bow that was just set up for you, because you don't know how it works. It just in these positions and in these moments you want to know every single bit of your bow and how it reacts, how it works in rain, how it works when you're shaking or when you're just stressed or tired. And if he's shooting that good, it means that he's probably just an amazing archer as well.
Score is confirmed, and the Italian
And,
team leads by 2
Italy
points.
for long have been one of the best countries for the barrel archers. We are not surprised they're doing good scores.
Yeah, I actually always thought that when it comes to barebow archers, I would put up Italy and maybe Sweden on top when it comes to the field shooting, and they have always done a good job. Okay, and yes, Great Britain is trailing by 2 points, so it was a 6 that the Italian barebow shot, and Great Britain starts now on the 25 meter, and another 6 from the compounder. That's good.
Six.
Good.
Yeah, the compounder is obviously doing a good job today as well.
We not see that exactly here, but there's rather much downhill here.
Yeah, this is kind of an unpleasant shot. It's not super downhill, but the footing is not very even, so you cannot be completely
4.
stable,
J3.
and the target is a little downhill. So
4 that one. Italy get 17 on the first out of
Yes.
18.
yeah, and so far a 6 and a 4, just like the other target for Great Britain. Let's see the bare bower on 20 meters.
Oh.
That is a
Three,
3. That's
three.
could have. Well, maybe he wanted. Probably he wanted better, of course. Let's see Italy. even though they are in a pretty nice lead with a 17.
They're shooting on 25 meters on the red peg for the compound recurve and 20 meters on this one for the barebow archers.
Okay, so their time started, and I think the compounder will start first again. Yes, he will. So let's see if he can do a good job like on the last target. He seems still enough, yes.
First arrow for the Italian team is 6.
And it's a very
Chase.
nice 6. Yeah. Actually, what he looked very solid and strong, and that's always nice to see. Oh well,
Again 6. Final chase.
Pressing.
another 6 from Italy. They're actually shooting amazing. This is this is almost like senior teams,
Yeah.
because you cannot always expect for the adult teams to always shoot perfect either.
And this is for the gold medal match.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely can see now why they're in the gold medal match. They're doing a great job. And a 3 from the barebower. Fascinatingly enough, both barebowers shot a 3 in the same direction. Well, both a little high and left on 11 o'clock. Maybe it is the footing that they didn't like or something
Yeah.
on that specific peg.
Italy have 4 points lead for Great Britain. We have halfway to the gold medal match.
Yeah, that's 4 points on a halfway is usually not that much, but Italy seems to be strong and solid, so this might be really hard for Great Britain to pick up points. They would have to pretty much stay in the gold if they want a chance.
And we have the team's agents to take the arrows back.
Yeah, once the agents sort out the arrows and the scoring with the judges, the teams can continue shooting, which is pretty cool. It makes the whole thing and the matches much faster than when we had to do it on our own. And the match goes much faster, and there's no delay.
And maybe on this slippery ground it's maybe also a little bit safer.
Yeah, that's true. Just going up and down all the time might take a while, because archers would have to take a longer time to walk. As you can see, they're slipping as well, and it's not comfortable for them to shoot because it's not a stable footing. But they're both wearing boots, hiking boots, and which is definitely a much better footwear for these conditions.
And now they shoot over the podium.
Yes.
5.
And that's a 5 for the compounder.
This target is 60 centimeters. They shoot at 45 meters on 60 centimeters target face.
Yeah, that's the long one. That's the maximum distance for the 60 centimeter face. And a nice 6 from the recurve. That's a very good shot. And again, it's solid shooting from the British team.
And they need to.
Yeah, they need to if they want any chance against Italy right now. So let's see how it goes with the barebower. And the recurve again being there for the support. They have noticed that it's gonna be a close match. It's gonna be a tough match. 4. Okay.
That's
Solid
good on that one.
Yeah, solid on this target. I mean, of course, you can shoot better. Unless you shoot a 6, you can always shoot better. But it's solid. It's a 6.54. But yeah, with Italy being as strong as they are, I don't think it's going to be enough.
Doing 15 points out of 18 is good scores.
It's reasonably good. I mean, of course they can shoot better. Like I said, if you don't shoot 18, you can always do better. But like I said, it's 3 different bows, 3 different people, and they would all have to be super focused and super concentrated in making really, really good shots, all of them in very different conditions, and that's not always easy to coordinate. So the compounder starts again for Italy, and that's a 4.
4.
That's a bit of a, well,
First time out of 6 for
Yeah,
this
first
guy.
time out of 6 for this guy, and he's clearly disappointed. However, he doesn't have to do much of a mistake to shoot a 4 on this target. It's a fairly small center. So now the recurver would have to shoot something, but it's a 4 again. So
British
this-
guys can pick points here.
yeah, the British guys might pick up some points here
They're
because
shooting on the right, the targets on the right side, over the text Zagreb.
yes, they are. And if the barebow shoots a 3, now they would be tied. So anything higher, they would still stay in the lead. He shot a 2, so they're not. So they're actually losing points now. So actually, Great Britain picked up 5 points in this end, and this is quite a turnaround after seeing Italy shooting 17 and a 16 or before. Then yeah.
And the Italy have the Giannini as a coach. I think he is the European champion since last year in tourney.
I'm not completely sure about that, about Tony. I was also shooting myself, so I don't remember who else was there because we were all shooting at the same time.
We can agree that it's a good coach anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, Italy has been a great field team all around, recurve, compound, barebow, and as a team event. They have always been great, so I think I don't think they can have a bad coach here, whoever they pick.
And we have
The result is now official.
a very
Great Britain team leads by 1
close
point.
match for the last target.
Yeah, 1 point difference is practically nothing in a team event, especially if it's field, and especially if it's not completely flat, and it is definitely not completely flat. Like I said, the angle of the target, the downhill shot, is not that big of a deal. It's not so bad. It's actually quite pleasant. But the problem is the footing, the uneven footing. And if you can't stand properly, if your feet are on different levels, it can be very hard to hit. It's hard for the archer to actually just hold still, so to say.
The Italian starts the last one.
And another 4. That's
4, Chetri.
he definitely hoped for more there.
As you see now that the Italian still shoots on the right side and they shoot on the same side all.
Yeah, but this round they started because they were the lower ranked team in after the 3 rounds, so they were the ones trailing. That's quite a long draw. Okay, good idea. That's what I wanted to say. It's quite a long draw for a recurver, but he doesn't have much time to relax because he has to make his shot, and the barebow archer needs to be able to walk to his own peg in a reasonable time and make his own shot.
Looks like a good shot, but it's also 3.
Yeah, it's a 3. It's the execution might have been good, but maybe he just released in a wrong moment. Okay, so it's all up to the Italian boy, the one with that has borrowed bow. So it's not easy.
Need to do good shot now.
Yeah, this would have to get in the goal to do something, but it's a 4, so an 11. Yeah.
Everything can
Britain-
happen, but Great Britain
Yeah.
have proved.
Great Britain has to shoot a 10, which is, for example, a 4-4-2 or whatever combination, but they have to shoot a 10 to have a shoot off and 11 points to win. That's not a lot, but this is also a long distance target.
To be a lot of pressure on the barebow archer if these two not.
Yeah, if
take it
these
in.
two don't do good, it's always the pressure on the barebow archer, which is kind of a problem, you know. According to the rules, he has to shoot as the last one, and as the last one, you always have all the pressure.
6.
That's a 6. Yeah, I don't think he'll have that much pressure.
The recurve archer can actually make it already now.
Yeah, if he shoots a 5 now, the barebower doesn't even have to shoot. So let's see about that. Oh yeah, good idea. He looked a little shaky, but it's also not just the pressure, like I said. It might just be the footing or not liking the position. and he has to get that arrow to go off at a perfect moment in a perfect place.
And the team as such have 2 minutes,
Yeah,
and it looks
well,
it's finished.
it's, I don't know, it's probably a 4, this one, I would guess. Even though they counted it as 5, but I'm not really sure it's touching. However,
It's preliminary score, that's a 5.
yeah, they have put in a 5. They have better scopes and better binoculars to see that, so maybe they were right, but that's why we have
This enough
official scoring.
if he hits the target face.
Yeah, he just has to hit the target face. He hit a 3, so
Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate them, the
The
Great
gold
Britain
medal
team
to
for
Great
winning
Britain.
the gold
yes,
medal.
congratulations to Great Britain on making on winning the final and taking the world championship title.
Također čestitайте i italijanskom timu koji je osvojio
And
srebrnu
a silver
medal. Please
medal to
congratulate
Italy.
the Italian team for winning the silver medal.
Okay. Okay, so the junior men's team event is settled with this. They have their podium sorted.
And after this, we will see the senior matches.
Oh yeah, the senior matches might even be a little closer, even though this was pretty much as close as it gets till the very end. But I always, of course, always preferred to watch even more the adult teams. It's more professionals in them, and the scores are much higher. So are the expectations, of course, and the results.
And we will see the bronze medal matches for women team first, and then the gold medal matches, and after that will be the bronze and gold medal match for men's team, the seniors.
Yeah, that's the usual way it goes. First is the bronze for women, then the gold, and then of course the men. And looking at the tunnel, it seems that they're already getting ready, and the judge and the coaches are already getting out of the tunnel.
Yeah. And you have seen that tunnel before?
Yeah, I've seen that tunnel before. And thank God I will see it tomorrow as well, when I'll be walking out on the field for my own gold medal match.
And you will meet?
I will meet Toja Černer from Slovenia, who is a really amazing friend and lately an absolute beast on the course. So it will be one strong match, and I'm really looking forward to it. They say if you want to be the best, beat the best. So yeah, that's kind of the idea.
You have met before in matches?
Yeah, a million times, of course, because she lives in Slovenia and I live in Croatia, so we shoot a lot of competitions together. We have actually met in some field events before. Some she won, some I won. She won the European Championships last year. I was second. It was a really close match, so I expect a close match tomorrow.
Here we have Italy first. We shoot on the left side, and we have Great Britain again.
Yeah.
This is, we know the countries now.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same teams from the last match. It's only a shot for bronze and adult women's. Might be a good match, like I said. Both teams have always been good in field. We see some really good archers on that field individually as well. Some shooting target also and doing great. So it's kind of like a group of all-round archers.
Great Britain team. Naomi Folkard, Christy Lee Renencroft, and Victoria Williams.
Okay, some rain started again.
On the left side,
Not
we
as
have
bad as
Austrian
before,
team,
so I hope it doesn't mess with the girls' performances,
Italy team,
and
Italy
that they
team
can
is Irene
shoot as good as they would like, of course.
Elena
We
Kresti,
hope they have heard what's happened before, that the one fell down, that they have better shoes now.
Oh yeah, well, it happens, you know. First of all, it can happen to everyone, you know. It's
line judge is
I believe that the Swedish boy was focused on his shooting. He was thinking about that, stressed about that, came in bad shoes and wasn't paying attention. It just happens. But we have done our own portion of sliding and slipping and walking through the mud this whole week. So why should the finals be any different? We definitely made the hotel cleaning ladies work too much. Poor women. So yeah, if anyone's listening, we're really sorry for that. But we had to walk through the mud and then get on those nice, really clean carpets in the hotel.
Maybe they think 2 times next time they get the question if we host World Championship and live on that hotel.
Yeah, you know, when the bus comes to the hotel and then you have like 100 archers with really muddy boots and really muddy pants walking out. Yeah, they're not happy. But let's see how these teams go. It seems that Italy would be starting, while Great Britain is waiting behind and trying to still relax a little and focus on their shots. And of course they're paying attention to
that was not the right phase.
Yeah,
we know that they started on target 1 and 15 and 10 meters
and
separately.
their compounder is starting, Elena Crespi. And good, the 6. It looked a little shaky in the beginning, but she got it. She got it in the end.
And they can decide themselves which one of they shot, middle first or top and low.
Yeah, this is very much their own choice. Oh, okay. The rain started again, a little stronger, which is why the Reeker woman just pulled the string a little bit and got the water out, so it doesn't slow down the arrow.
She take down. We actually don't see the time in on screen, but they have 2 minutes to shoot for the full team.
Yeah, it seems that is obviously enough because no one was actually in any time issues in the junior teams, and
we have 4.
Yeah, 6 and a 4. Now the bear bower is stepping up to the peg, and she has the top target face left. So let's see how that goes. There were some good shots done in that target phase before. Maybe it brings her luck.
And it's barebow archers.
It's a 3. Yeah, it's a 13 for them. Bit of a shaky start, but let's see what the British girls are up to. They are certainly a group of very good archers. And I personally don't know only the bear bower, but I'm thinking she's probably good because she qualified and she's here, and I have met some of their bear bow archers that have been fairly good, so she must have beat them to be here. And as it looks, the recurver might start Naomi Folkard, or no, it's gonna be Christy. Christy Ravenscroft is gonna shoot.
They can decide that within a team?
Yeah, they can decide that in a team as long as they shoot first from the red peg, from the further distance, then they can decide their own.
6.
And she also started with a 6, just as the compounder from Italy. She has had a very good week this whole week, shooting her personal best, and is in the bronze final tomorrow. Definitely good work for her. Yeah, well, recurvers obviously have a little bit of a harder time of getting in a shot. Definitely, I would expect that if it's not an even footing, it's really hard to get the shot through, and you're through the clicker. Well, not through it, because it'd be wrong, just waiting for it to get off. It's a 5. It was worth the wait.
We'll see what the barrel do.
Yeah, wiping off the arrows. You see the rain is doing its thing. Everything is slippery. The strings are getting wet and full of water, which archers are trying to avoid at any cost. The arrows are getting slippery and wet, so it's important to get as much water off the equipment as it goes.
4.
4. Okay, it's definitely better than Italian team, obviously, so they are in the lead by 2. Oh, and there Christy slipped as well, obviously. We didn't see it the whole thing, but she was in the corner of the camera. She slipped on the same spot where the Swedish boy slipped, and obviously there's something there.
Grass combined with water can be
Yeah,
that.
it can be rather tricky. It can be rather tricky, but but she's up on her feet. We're used to it. I mean, this whole week we're used to it, and it's not our first field in rain. It's how it goes.
We're not like tennis player in this game.
No, they don't stop. We don't stop if it starts raining. We don't even stop if it starts. If you can hear thunder, unless it gets really close or dangerous.
And it's the only reason why we stop the competition is actually close lightnings.
Yeah, I have. If I'm not wrong, the competition can only be stopped if there's some direct danger to the archers or the surroundings. So I don't know, like super strong lightning, or the wind gets so strong that there might be a possibility to hit someone, which I have never ever seen. So yeah, that's not usually the case. But rain is per se not that big of a deal, but field makes it a little more complicated because you cannot just get used to shooting in rain on one spot into one target from one position. And yeah, you just have every time it's different. You have to think through every single time if the rain will change your sight marks. It might get the arrow to go lower, not only because it's pushing the arrow, but also it's slowing down the string. So you have to take all of that in count, and the person who does it best will probably win today. Well, the team that does it best.
And the archers have no chance to practice on the competition field either.
No, which is pretty good. I mean, that's the whole point, to go and shoot on targets that you haven't shot on before. That is actually the beauty of field. You get something new every single time, and you have to adapt to it. You have to know what to do in a different situation over and over and over again.
5 for Italy.
Okay. Yeah, they have of course started first because they have been the lower scoring team before this end.
And they're shooting on 25 meters for the red peg on a 40 centimeters target face.
Yes, and it's this is not the most complicated target. Usually, it's when you see it on the qualifications day on the field, and you're happy to see it because it's a nice distance. It's okay, but put that on a little bit of a side hill and really unpleasant footing like this with rain and a lot of pressure, it can get tricky. But she can handle it, obviously.
Yeah.
It's a very nice shot.
They
Look.
can get back.
Oh yeah, they're working hard on that. Those are all adult people, really good archers and
this is a rather famous archer, Strobbe, in Italy.
Yeah, she has been. I have been around the field course for a long time, and she has always been there, always in the finals, always doing great. So she has a lot of experience in this.
15, Italy, good score on target 2.
Oh well, we've seen the junior teams do that, junior male teams do that, but well, I guess it's important what Great Britain does right now. You know, Christy's walking up to the peg. Thank God,
See
a
how
little
slippery it is.
very, but she's going at it very slowly now. Usually she's a fast one on the field, you know. She's been around quite a lot of field courses, and she knows. But after the slip, the last one, I guess she's a little more cautious, which of course we all would be.
It seems to take a lot of experience to do good field archery.
Yeah, you gotta be a good target archer as well. And
4.
yeah, for it looked like it just slipped down a little. I mean, the bow arm. That happens sometimes. Well, anyway, it takes a good archer in general, because you have to be able to make a good shot. Technically speaking, the shot execution has to be good, has to be persistent. You gotta have enough strength, and then you gotta be able to shoot different distances in different conditions and under different angles all the time, one target after another, and you have to be able to focus doing that.
See, she take another stance.
Yeah.
The second try on this one.
Yeah, she was. Like I said, it's very wobbly when you're like that. It doesn't feel good. You feel like you're shaking, and then if the base on which you're standing, which are of course your legs, if that is not strong enough, or if it's not in a position that you would like, it's really hard to make the shot. Okay, she
Good
caught
shot.
the 5. She
Big.
got the 5, so that's rather okay. But I think we might see a lot of different stances today, just because of that.
Could be that we have rather close after this, because it's not impossible to make a 4 from the bare
No,
march on
no.
this one.
No, of course it's not impossible. This is a 20-meter distance for her. It's not impossible. She can even do better. No, she can. Just a question if she will.
That
Yeah,
was a
she
4.
shot a 4.
4.
She shot a 4.
Thank
So
you.
that's a tied match. That's always nice to see.
All 3 in the British team shoot a little bit low. They could maybe have helped each other on that one.
Yeah, even though I don't think it was actually a matter of the sight or sight marks, just the mere execution, I would say. Maybe just a little shakier, not so strong on the bow arm, and when you do that, sometimes the arrows just kind of go low because you didn't push strong enough.
Now we know that they will shoot target number 3, and actually on the
After 6
right
0,
side here
girls, both teams
shoot
has
over
same
the
score,
podium, and they shoot
28
over the
points.
name of the town, Zagreb, as we all know.
Yeah, that's gonna be a nice target. I always like to see this one because this one is it's a very, very tough target, distance-wise. I mean, and a lot of matches are pretty much won here.
And I have heard that water always behind the target always make the archers a little bit more anxious.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's like I said before, it's a nice background. It's nice to have a target with such a nice view. Oh,
On the left-hand side.
oh, the archer got a little confused, obviously, on the targets, because she thought she would be shooting the targets on the left-hand side, which are
Yeah.
actually the 60-meter ones for later.
And the reason it's like that is because of the distances was not long enough to make the 60 meters on the right side because of safety.
Oh yeah, it's that's no problem like that. This is also more compact, so to say. So we hold the field, the finals field, in a smaller space. We don't have to draw it out on a different side of the lake, and it's more visible for the spectators as well. It's actually a rather nice venue. I'm looking forward to shooting it.
You will shoot it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll shoot it tomorrow afternoon. I will have quite a long wait till 3:30ish. I think it's like 3:30.
No,
Okay,
5.
she got a 5 out of it, so the confusion didn't cost her much. Oh yeah, and again the recurve is trying to find a proper stance, going also with a little bit of a wider stance, so she could avoid just wobbling and shaking in any of the direction, which is why the foot is to the side and also to the front a little. But all of these archers actually have to have actually very good balance and coordination in order to do this.
And on the left side here we see the judge, and he is from Denmark.
Yeah, the judge is there to control if the archers shoot their arrows within time and within the rules, so to say. So one archer after another, that they don't do things that they're not allowed to. So that's why he keeps a close eye on them.
It's not often the case that the judge needed to take care of that kind of stuff, that they don't do the right thing. It's more about helping persons.
Yeah, that's true. Well, by this time, so we're talking finals.
Yeah.
By this point in competition, you have good teams. The judges intervene more in the former, so to say, in the other elimination rounds, maybe in the quarterfinals, eight finals, or maybe even in the qualifications when archers that are not as experienced, when they start shooting, then they sometimes do mistakes that they're not supposed to. That's usually when the judges do their work. And as you can see, it's really slippery. Christie kind of slipped down into the position.
And it
And
looks like Great Britain have a chance to.
Yeah, they have a
Like
fairly
a-
good chance to do something because they have 28, just like Italy had before this. So 11 or better would do good. It still looks a little shaky in this position, and it's
Yeah,
a
it
3.
was.
Yeah,
Three.
yeah. This is really an unpleasant position. That's what I'm saying. It's and it's getting more slippery with the rain coming down again. Which is really too bad. It's a really nice venue.
That looked like a good shot on the
Yeah,
toss.
it was a fast and a good shot, great execution from Naomi, but she's a really amazing archer, so
And
she knows how to do this.
if I remember that correct, she was in London for Olympics.
Yeah, she's I would say one of the best British archers. Sorry, I don't wanna make judgments about anyone or their team, but she's been around for a long time, and she's been doing amazing. Also, target and field, I mean.
Yeah, and she is one of the very good target archer, and actually also
Yeah.
shoots field.
Yeah, it's like I said, for field you also have to have a really great shot execution, and
Yeah.
technically you have to be very good.
9 points lead for Great Britain before target number 4 will be the
yeah,
last one.
only 1 point. That's kind of like in this, kind of like in the last match as well. 1 point difference. It's not much difference when it's really hard to shoot. And
But
definitely they would have an even better lead if Kristen didn't have problems on the last target.
And the rain is
Oh yeah, it's
going on again.
Yeah, it's getting much stronger, and the umbrellas are out again, and it's not easy. It makes it even slippier, and it's kind of hard sometimes to shoot this while the rain and water is kind of just flowing on your face. Okay, so they got their arrows back from former targets, and they'll be up soon on the pigs with Italy
Scores
starting.
confirmed. Great Britain team leads by 1 point.
There are really heavy rain now.
Yeah, this is really heavy rain
Now
at
they're
this
going to
very
shoot
moment.
target number 4.
Does it have any meaning on this long distance, 60-50?
Well, yeah, I would say so. Definitely, this type of rain can literally push the arrow down, so you have to set your sight lower, definitely lower than you would usually. So it's not as easy for archers to calculate what they're supposed to shoot now for a distance, because it's not completely flat. So usually you wouldn't shoot 60 meters, you'd maybe shoot a meter lower. I would have to be on the peg to actually say that. And then you have the arrow that could cost you another 2 meters. So this is really heavy rain, and women usually don't have the same arrow speed, which also makes it harder. So that's a 4, I would say, just out.
5, bait.
They say it's a 5.
Preliminary, yes.
Oh yeah.
That will be checked by the judge and scorers.
Yeah, I would not count that as a 5, but like I say, they have much better scopes and better vision. Okay, yeah, she's gonna take another try at this. She knows it's important, so it's good that she's taking her time.
They have time for it. It's 2 minutes for the full team.
I think they have fairly enough time.
Good shot.
Yeah, good shot. That's a 5. So again, a good decision that she made.
It seems that the good archers do that kind of good decisions.
Well, not always. Not always. We try to, but not always. It's but it was a good decision to attempt it again because she knew she can do that better. A 3 outright, actually. The other problem with rain is that you cannot actually shoot in the same wardrobe as you usually do. So you have all sorts of rain jackets and rain vests, whatever, to just keep warm and dry. And that apparel actually is a little bigger than the usual one, which also means that it might interfere with your string and with your shooting. And seems that the British team is sacrificing, so to say, a little bit, because they're shooting in regular wardrobe, just accepting that they're gonna get wet. So 4 for Christy.
But it seems sometimes it could be good to shoot in a normal shirt.
Yeah, it's not a problem. You have 4 targets to shoot. We can all live with the fact that we're wet and cold for a few minutes. That's really not a problem. If the competition is going on the whole day and you have to be at the top with your shooting the whole day, then yeah, this definitely would not be a good idea. Because what they're gonna do is they're gonna shoot the match and they're gonna put some other clothes on, but they have just 2 more arrows to shoot. Naomi gonna shoot this one and the bear bower, and that's it.
5.
Yep, there we go.
We'll see what the bear bow archers will do on this.
Yeah, well, 3 point is a draw, but I am still not really sure about that 4-5 liner that the Italian has shot. So I think there might just be a bit of a weight with that. So
She actually make the arrow a little bit drier. Is it that
just
important?
taking off the water off it, because it's not, well, it's gonna be wet anyway, but if there's a lot of water on in the veins, and it could be because this is really heavy rain right now, it's a 3. So they say it's a draw.
Shoot
But
off.
I would wait with that a little bit, because that 5 really doesn't look like a 5 from here. Maybe it is, we'll see. It's a little hard to say. When it comes to field shooting, the liners between the 4 and the 5 are really hard to say, because there's no actual line. It is just, there's just the yellow and the black touching, so it's hard to say.
Yeah. If there will be a shoot-off, how is that made?
Well, each they'll stay on this. They will stay on this target, and each will shoot. Each team will shoot the same again, as in each archer will shoot 1 arrow. And of course, first they will see the score. If the score is higher on one team, then we have a winner. If the score is the same, if it's like in target, then the closest arrow to the center should be the winning one.
I think it's like that.
Yeah,
It will be
it should be like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't always happen that the scores are the same again, so it usually just goes off after 3 arrows on score. But
we'll see if we can get some quick notices from the agents. They look to
they
be
don't.
glad some of the winners sometimes.
Yeah, they would usually signal the archers if there would have been a winner. Then they would probably signal it. Yeah, usually you would see a. Does this mean no shoot off, like you said? So that was a 5-4-3 for Italy.
Great Britain took
Yeah,
1 more medal.
they took 1 more medal. That's good for them. It's always kind of hard. You got 2 really good teams here, and only one goes home with the medal, and the other one is just as good. Just a point below.
But no one will remember a fourth.
Well, they will remember themselves, I guess. Well, it's a really hard place to be at because you come so close and you do all the work just as everyone else did, and you're fourth, and yeah, it's just within the reach, so to say.
But I would say Italy have more chances today, and they also have chances tomorrow in the individual matches.
Oh yeah, there's still a lot of individual matches going on tomorrow, of course, in all the recurve barebow compound, both junior men, male and female divisions. So there's still a lot to watch, and a lot of countries have still got a lot of chances for podium. And now we got the gold medal match for the women's. According to one of the coaches, it would be Austria and, well, someone else. It's kind of hard to tell when everyone is wearing rain jackets. Of course, you don't see the national outfits.
And the reason we don't know that we have not get the scores from the semifinals yet, but because this was just made.
Yeah, they're trying to. Okay, there we have the archers. Is that Sweden and no?
No.
It looks like it. Yes, it is.
Yes, it's Sweden.
Yes, it's Sweden and Austria. Yeah, like I said, it's Austria and Sweden. I didn't recognize the Swedish coach. It's kind of hard to say, who is who in all the caps and the rain jackets and trying to hide under anything in this weather.
I know the Swedes started good. We have world champion there.
Yeah, she won in Val d'Isère as well. Yeah.
Shooting on the right for Austria, Lorenz Waldau, Petra Goebel.
So well-known name.
There, Petra Goebel, yeah, she's a field archer for as long as I can remember as well. And she has won the World Games as well. Well, it was field. And I think she was third in Val d'Isère last time at the World Championship. She's been pretty solid this week as well. Anyway, she's got her whole set of medals as well.
And we know that Ryan Gill-Lienhardt shooting barebow for Austria, and she have been around it for a long time and doing really high scores and have a lot of championships also on her list.
Oh yeah, both of those teams are consisting of three really good experienced archers, which is always really cool to see how they work as a team, not just as individuals.
Sweden have Elin Kjettström as a coach, I say it looks like, and she have been around this championship as a recurve women individual, but she will not be in the finals for tomorrow. But now she is coach, and she have a lot of experience also to give the archers. But of course, Lina Björklund will not need that much of help, and not either Ulrika Sjövall, but Erika Jagnes is a new Swede.
Oh yeah, I think Ulrika and Lina know their jobs. Really good girls, but it's always nice to have a good coach that you feel comfortable with, or that you're close with, someone that can actually just calm you down sometimes when you need, because we all know how to shoot, we all know where the target is, we all know where the middle is, or how to execute a good shot, but the problem is to do it under the pressure sometimes, or in very hard conditions. So a good coach is worth gold, literally.
They're starting on the red peg, 50 meters on the
and
small
Ulrika
faces.
is taking the opening shot.
5.
It's a nice 5. Finger clock a little right. 3 for the recurver. Yeah, she looks a little more stressed, of course, than Ulrika did, but let's see if Lina can save this low.
Still have a rain.
Oh yeah, it's still very unpleasant out there.
Looks good, yes, it
Nice,
was.
a very good 6. So yes, that experience is really paying off now.
It's the first time we see a 6 on the barebow, archers.
Yeah, on this target, yes. So let's see Austria now. They'll be the second one shooting in the right target face.
And as a coach, we see Christian Lienhardt.
Now on the line.
How's this 15?
Yeah, it is their usual coach that has been around the field a lot. So, okay, I think the compounder will start here as well. It's also, interestingly enough, a right 5 for the compounder. Still a solid shot though. Their recurver had some really good shots this week.
That's good.
Like this one, of course. She has done some, I think she's been in some shoot-offs just to get into further elimination rounds, and she's done really well.
3 to tie, 4 to lead.
3 poena za izlučenje, 4 za vodstvo.
Looks good.
So
Fine.
it looks like a 5. I think this might have caught the 5. So a 16 point, yeah, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice for Austria. And they're 2, maybe 1 point in the lead.
Moving on to target number 2 where
It's
the archers
starting to
will shoot
brighten up
at
a little out
25
there.
meters and the
As
better
you can
archers
also
at
see on the
20
camera, and maybe the rain kind of slows down. Which I really hope that it kind of stops and just dries off a little bit the whole ground, so we don't have to slip and slide tomorrow as well.
Maybe the organizing committee have a big fan to put on the night.
I'm not sure about that. Not really sure about that, but who knows what they got up their sleeves. Or we'll just prepare for the slipping, whatever.
I think so, and I don't think any of the archers doing tomorrow will be surprised which kind of shoes they should need.
Oh yeah, I think we'll come prepared, but especially after the shooting today.
Was slippery again.
Yeah, it's slippery again.
I know that Erika Jagnes should be used to this because she have done as a junior or a good orienteering girl in Sweden.
Okay, so this could be her element, so to say.
Could be.
Still a little outright. Still really a good shot. You can always count on Ulrike doing a really solid shot. That's a 4. Little left.
4.
Okay. Let's see now, Lena. She will be on 20 meters. It might be a little less steep or unpleasant for her. I think maybe the bareboers have a little better footing on the blue peg that is a little closer to the target and is of course also less steep. And I think the ground is a little more even there, so it might be a little easier for them to shoot.
Looks like a good shot.
Yeah, it's a nice 5. Very good shooting from her on the first 2 targets.
See
Okay,
what
it's,
the Austrian do with this.
Yeah, it's their turn.
Petra, Goebel and Laurence Baldorf moving
And probably
on the line
Petra
for
will
Austria.
start first again, like she did on the last target.
It seems that are the most convenient way to do it because she have all the equipment is available to make a good.
Yeah, it's maybe a little. It might be easier for her to be more precise and say like this now shot a
Six.
very nice 6. To be a little more precise and define the proper distance to be shot at on this target. So maybe she can, let's say,
Put some information
yeah,
for
put
others.
some information for others. You know, just make the first shot and see how the target is. If it's tricky in some point, and then just tip her friend. Basically, within 2 minutes, they have theoretically 40 seconds per archer, which is more than enough. And the recurver with a 4.
And a potential 4 points lead for Austria in the case of 6.
Sljedeća strela broj 4.
Looks like a good shot,
That
and
looks like a very good shot.
Superb 6 on a
Beautiful. It's 6-6-4, another 16 for them,
Austria.
which is very good shooting.
seems that the Berber watches, if she or he is rather calm when the shot go away, it seems to hit rather good also.
Yeah, they have both their bow archers have been doing really good, and everyone says it's the bare bow archer that makes the difference in the team final, because, well, of course, when they do a small mistake, they will have quite a big miss. Well, not literally maybe a miss, but maybe they'll shoot at 2 or something like that, and shooting at 2 out of 6 possible might be costing a lot, so to say. But both of the women are doing really good.
And they have 4 points to take.
Yeah, they have 4 points in front of Sweden. Still, I wouldn't call this match over. That's 4 points. We're getting into the long distance targets, so let's see how this goes. And Ulrika he's having a little of a hard time finding a stable position for her. She even used the target stand under her left foot to make it a little better, a little less slippy. But out in right, she's been having right shots this whole day.
4.
Yeah.
And they're shooting at 45 meters now.
Just on the 60 centimeter face towards the lake, and there we go. That's a nice shot.
Just Erika's best shot so far.
Yes, she's been having 3 and a 4, and definitely making a good shot at the very moment when they need it. Okay, Lena took a little bit more time to prepare now. They're all aware of that they need good points now, because Austria is shooting amazing. So they all need to focus properly, not do any mistakes.
Looks good. 4.
4, solid, long distance. So 6-4-4 is a 14. Austria has had 2 ends of 16, but let's see if they can actually do it on a long distance range.
The recurve and tampon arches, which as per the new regulations is mandatory.
So you'll get 15.
Maybe it would even be better for the teams. I don't know. I've seen Ulrika now standing where the recurver from Austria is shooting now. And
They
she
use the
stands there.
peg for standing
Yeah,
now.
that's what I would use, definitely. That's what I wanted to say, that maybe it'd be smarter for the compounder or whoever shoots first to shoot from that spot and then just move
The other
Well,
one
the
should take
other-
that stand.
with the other one to take that stand. They don't have to be each in their own stance. What they need to do is to use the best possible position.
Yeah.
And this seems good. I would use the peg to hold as well. Good. And
Gerber shoots a
he's
6.
used it.
It looked good.
He used it, yeah. And there we go. That was a smart decision. That
Use
was a
the
smart
same way.
decision, yeah. Because then at least one of your feet is not slipping, and then you can actually stand and focus on the shot and not falling on your nose.
It moves.
It's a long draw.
Yeah, just take it down.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because after a while, it just starts to be a little too shaky, and the chances of hitting anything solid would be too small. Oh well, that's
3 for Bandau.
and that opens
For
up things.
Austria.
Yeah, but they still have
Yeah, they still have
one
some-
arrow left.
Yeah,
Druga strela
it's
3.
all up to the their
Posljednju
bower
strelu
now.
pucamo.
To see basically if she
So
shoots
they're
in
gonna
goal,
put-
they'll still have the 4-point lead
Potential 5-point leads for Austria.
or or 5-point lead
Mogućih
if
5
she
poena
shoots a 6.
vodstva u slučaju da pogodi 6.
But we have not seen any 6 for the barrels so far on this one.
Yeah, not on this one, not on the 45-meter one. But hey, there's a first time for anything. Not this time though. She shot a 3,
3. Austria
which
leads
will give them
44
44 points and
3. Austrija vodi
just 2
44
points
naprema
in
42.
front of Sweden before the next target.
And
That's
that
not a
one
lot.
will be the left one on this view.
Yeah, that'll be the left one. And maybe it's good for Sweden that they start now. Because if they shoot a good round now, they shoot good 3 arrows, they can put quite a lot of pressure on Austria. And it's not always easy to hold that pressure. Of course, it's not always about who shoots first or who shoots faster. Of course not. But if the match is really close, it sometimes helps if you shoot a good round before your opponent. So, because the opponent then knows what they have to do just to stay alive.
You see the Swedes use the peg also as some kind of stop for sliding.
Yeah, well, I hope they use it. You gotta use anything you got right now. So, well, anything you got and anything that is allowed, of course. And the peg is there anyway. So, I hope they use it this round, both of them, not just the recurver. You know, let's see, Ulrika put her bow stand on the ground again. So let's see if she's gonna use that again. We all do that sometimes.
Is it allowed to bring things? Stand up?
Well, this is a bow stand. This is just a plastic piece of plastic that holds the bow to stand on the upright. So we just put it under our feet sometimes so it doesn't slide. Sometimes I put rocks or whatever is close to the peg. You know, it's not important that it's perfect. But yeah, she's using the peg now, and the recurver maybe slides in her spot afterwards. That would be a good idea. If she takes a little of a long draw, yeah, good idea. Good idea. She wasn't feeling stable, but the recurver is going to try and take the shot. So Ulrika can relax a little after the long draw. Okay, she made a shot. 3, looks like a 3.
3.
And they're also, the spotters are calling it a 3, so must be it. Yeah, that's a good 6, and she found her position now.
6.
But Lina Björklund need to do
No,
a
she's
good shot now.
yeah, she sped a little to that blue peg now. Don't see right now how much time she's got left, but Ulrika's there, and she's probably just counting down for her or telling her the time or to relax or whatever Lina likes to hear when she shoots.
50 meters.
Okay, and this is their last shot. Well, unless they're in a shoot off. That's a 2. That's too bad.
That will
That-
be
That will probably cost them the gold. Well, not just that shot, of course. It's 4 targets out of 3 arrows, so all 12 shots, of course. Too bad it didn't work out, because he has been shooting really great this whole match.
we'll see what the Austrians do
Yeah,
about
the
it.
Austrian team practically needs 10 points to win. To win. 10 points to win, which isn't really a lot. The rain pretty much stopped right now. It's just a little unpleasant and chilly, I would say. And the archers are still probably wet and slippery hands. And that's a 4 for Petra goal.
And they just need one
Yeah,
good shot more.
Yeah, they need one good shot, and that's pretty much it. I think even 2 bad shots would be enough. Like, they practically need 5 right now to tie. That's a good shot, and that's a 5. And now they are tied with Sweden with 1 arrow to left, with 1 arrow to shoot, and the bear bower can, well, not completely relax because a miss wouldn't do it, but the bear bower can try to focus on making a reasonably good shot and just hitting the target face.
Yeah. And Rangil Linhart used to hit the targets.
Okay, let's see how this goes. And that's a good shot. That is a 4 from them, which means Austria wins gold in women's team.
And Sweden will get the silver back home.
Yep, still good effort from both of the teams. All of those teams that we have seen here, they have been up on their feet from this morning, early in the morning, in the rain, in the cold, and it is really not easy after the whole day or the whole morning to shoot this now.
And after this we will see the bronze medal match for the men teams.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, we have 2 more matches for the bronze men team and gold men's team match, and that can be very interesting. I mean, all of these matches are, but they always leave the best ones for the end, of course.
Austria, the new world champion, please once again congratulate our world champion and silver medalist Austria and Sweden.
I'm pretty sure all of those teams right now, though at least the top 3, will be really happy with their work today, really happy about being able to go back to that podium that we see there in the center of the field. We already see people down there in the tunnel just under the Kia sign, getting ready for the next match. The next coaches and the judges are already set to come out, but no one is actually running, thank God. Okay, the recurver is trying to speed up a little.
Sometimes it's easy to run and walk when it's slippery.
Yeah, it is kind of like hold your arrows, start running, don't stop, and pray. Yeah, it's kind of like we came down from the hill some of the days. Yeah, and there they go, the 2 coaches and the target judge.
Italian and I think I saw Sweden.
And again Sweden. Yeah, Sweden's been having a lot of teams here. They've always been a field. I will always kind of saw Sweden as a field country or a field nation, so to say. That's why their 3rd team that comes out today.
Maybe because of the climate in Sweden, it's
Dame i gospodo, molim vas
Nicer to be in the forest than to in the grass field.
Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I just know that since I've been around for the field event, Europeans and the World, Sweden has always had good teams, and I always thought that was kind of their thing. But this could be a very good match. Too bad that it's a bronze one, but they're really good teams here.
Yeah.
Shooting on the left, Italy. Massimiliano Mandia. Antonio Carmigno. Giuseppe Semandi. Shooting on the right for Sweden. Jonathan Andersson. Morgan Lundin.
5 times world champion.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how many titles he's won, how many times. I just know he's got it all, and the Europeans, and the World Games, target field, indoor, like the whole thing. That's a very impressive resume. But I think, well, okay, he would most certainly be the, let's say, the famous one of these 6 men, but they all have really good resumes when it comes to field shooting and field championships and accomplishments.
Both barebow archers, both the Italian Semandi and Martin Ottosson from Sweden, both are world champions.
Yeah, so, just saying that I think that it's important to say that they're all very accomplished, and this is not the first final round for them. I don't, however, know the Italian compounder though, but the recurver and the barebow are really good as well. So barebow especially. So Italy will be starting first on target 2. So their compounder will open up the match
on 50 meters on the small faces.
And it is a 5. I think it's just out of the 6. I think a little
preliminary 5.
Yeah, I think it's a 5. It should be a little closer to the 6. Those are some thin arrows, so it takes a little more to catch that 6. But a very nice 6 from the recurver. That one is definitely well in. Oh yeah, it's definitely brightening up out there. That's a very long draw for a barebower.
Yeah,
but it's a 5. It's worth it.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He's been one of the best barebowers in the world for a long, long, long time. I've seen him shoot many finals, win many medals. Okay, and now the Swedes are stepping up to the peg, and I would also say that Morgan Lundin as the compounder would open up this match.
See what slippery is for Jonathan, trying to get the grip there.
Oh yeah, I think the junior male team maybe had warned them about slippery slopes.
It can be that Jonathan Andersson is the first time senior, so he can have something more to learn about walking.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, and Morgan opens up with a 6. That's always really good for our team. It was a nice shot from on his side. So yeah, if he's the first time on a senior team, then he definitely still has a lot to learn. But he's got someone to learn from, so that's really good. 6 and a 3. Okay, so he's
Here we
not
have a
digging.
digger.
He's hitting. Okay, punching or doing whatever. But hey, whatever it takes to get a good stance, to get a good position.
Yeah.
And another
6
6.
for Otterson.
That's really good. So they got a 6-6-3 with a 15, and they're down only 1 point behind Italy. That's not much.
Good start for both
Italija vodi
teams.
seriju po jednog razlike,
Yeah, a really
16
good
naprema
start for
15
both
poena.
teams. They can be pleased with that. And now they're already going to the second target, and while they're moving, the official scoring will be done just to see if there's any line cutters or anything that needs to be changed.
Scores are now confirmed 16 to 15. Moving on to the second target.
Okay, so nothing changed in the scores. They stayed the way it was. So they're getting into the 25-meter target, or 20 for the bare bows.
40
Rezultati su
centimeters
potvrđeni,
target face.
Italija vodi s jednim poenom razlike. Švedski tim će početi prvi na drugom
And
mjestu.
Sweden will start first, of course, because they are trailing 1 point behind Italy.
The man who actually accumulated at some point the individual world champion titles, outdoor, indoor, and infield. That was back in 2005, 2006.
Yeah, they were just reading out Morgan Lunding's resume, I think, in the background. You probably heard.
They have a long list to read
Yeah,
from.
they have a long list. Well, he's been around for a lot of years in archery. So, yeah, he's had the time to do it, and he's obviously that type of an archer that can do it. Ooh, that's a 4 outright. That didn't look that way when he made the shot. Looked actually pretty solid. Who knows how that ended up there. But a right 4, almost the same spot for the recurver. So who knows, maybe there is something that we don't know about that specific stand, specific target.
That looks good.
Yeah,
Four.
they all made really good shots. I would, if we would just score based on the shots and the technical executions, I would definitely give Swedes 3 really good shots, 3 in the gold. But somehow that did not work out this round.
But Italy have a good chance now to
Yeah,
make
12 points for Sweden. It's not really good enough. Probably, well, you never know what Italians do. They might make a mistake as well. But 12 points in the male team, that's gonna be hard. Because we're dealing with really good shooters on the Italian side as well. So they can use that. Yeah, it's a 6. A little shaky, but it's a 6.
6.
So yeah, they're already using the fact that the Swedes
can
shot
have
3 4s. Yeah,
a big lead after this one.
yeah, they could have a big lead as well. Yeah, you don't want to underestimate the opponent, of course not, because then you're just returning the favor. But yeah, they know they can relax a little, and that's probably a 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a 4. still pretty good. Let's see how the Bearboard deals with it. But I've always been impressed with his shooting.
That would be
With Timani shooting, so
I would be surprised if it would be lower than 4.
yeah, I would be surprised if it were lower than 4 as well. But yeah, he's always been impressing me with what he's shooting, because he was pretty solid and stable in a lot of conditions year after year. So let's see if he keeps it up. It's a 5. Yes, he will keep it up. It's a 5. So it's 15 to 12 for
4
Italy
points.
on this target, which basically means that it's going to be a 4-point lead in total.
Vodi 31 naprema 24. 4 poena razlike.
Okay, making sure which target they're shooting again. Yeah, not to shoot the long one now.
They will shoot on the right target when we see it in the full view.
Yeah, this is the 60 centimeter, but on the 45 meter, just straight ahead, behind the podium. It's a very nice target.
In front of a lake with a lot of water.
Oh yeah, well, with all this rain, a little water here, a little water there. Yeah, it doesn't really matter anymore. I think by this point, everyone's wet and cold, mostly, and they really don't care anymore. Well, Morgan London doesn't even look like it's cold and wet out there. He's ready to go to the beach. Shorts and a t-shirt.
I think he have seen worse weather than this.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's used to that, but yeah, we've been. It always is somehow with field, especially with World Championships. We always have some weird weather, rain or cold or even hail sometimes. When it's really hard enough without the weather, anyway. It's a nice 6. It was a really good shot.
Rozdział 6.
Let's see if the young recurver can hold on to the tempo that the others are setting. Four. Okay, it's solid. It's
Yeah,
a long shot.
they should have. They need more.
They definitely need more. They really have to be. They really have to stay in the gold if they want to keep up with the Italians, or actually not even keep up. They have to make up points. He would have to at least stay in a 4 and then hope that the other barebower makes some sort of a mistake, which, yeah, it's not going to be easy to do. It's a 4, okay. So 6 for 4, a 14 in total.
Good target, but they need more than that.
Yeah, they need more than that. I wouldn't call this. I wouldn't call a 14 on this target necessarily a mistake, but yeah, Italy is really solid so far with all 3 really good shooters. So counting on them making a bigger mistake, yeah, might be a bit false expectations.
Rain have started the game.
Oh yeah, Rain is really keeping it up. Well, the compounder from Italy is not impressed, so he still shoots a 6. Yeah, I think this is the weather forecast that we will be having for today and tomorrow. I'm really hoping for some better weather tomorrow. This is a really beautiful venue, and it's August, and we should still have summer.
It's still warm, but the rain.
Well, a warm, yeah. When a Swede says it's warm, yes, maybe you're in the shirt. I have a long thermal and a jacket, and I'm not actually super warm. So I think it depends on what you're used to.
on the upper side of the zero line in a way.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, he's using a wider stance as well. Still can't find it. He knows how to shoot. He knows how to do it. It's just really hard to actually make the shot in this position. It's a 3. Yeah, he really didn't like this position, obviously.
3,
So that's a 9 so far, and yeah, 1 would be a tie. Anything over than 1 would be a lead. But maybe they can just lessen the gap between the two teams. I heard something somewhere they have 20 seconds for a shot.
Oh, that's.
Oh yeah.
He
Oh,
solved it.
he still got a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then someone says that target panic is only a compound thing. But that's okay, he saved it rather well. So it's still a 4. It's still a 4-point tie.
Yeah.
The 4-point lead. They were tied on this target.
And the target on 4, 60 meters for the red pegs of compound and recurve, and it's 50 meters for bare bows. And it's of course the targets. Almost everything can happen, but 4 points lead for Italy should.
Well, 4
work.
points lead for Italy should be solid enough, I think. Especially because all of these archers, okay, the recurve archer, Mandia from Italy, he's made a mistake now and he shot a 3. Okay, and it's not, I don't think it's that big of a mistake, and I don't think he's gonna do it again. So, yeah, you cannot count on everyone making a mistake and then all the Swedes picking it up. You never know, of course, but still, chances are small. And yeah, as you can see, it's getting foggy again, well,
Yeah.
fogging up, and rain is picking up again. It really doesn't want to give the archers any break today.
The rain can have a influence or get something on this last target if they do some mistakes. Or
Yeah, definitely, it pushes the arrows. It makes everything slower, like it makes the bow slower, and you can just have points dropping out in the bottom. So it might be a little complicated. Not to forget that actually shooting in rain, just making the execution can be a little harder because the releases are slippy. So they can go off and shoot when you don't want them to shoot, or they might slip out of the perfect position and you still have to make the shot, and then the shot is probably not going to be good. Or the finger tabs that bare bowers or recurve use are also wet and slippery. So it can actually have a big deal.
5.
It's a 5. It's a line or 5 for Morgan.
Gotta stay up 8.
Yeah, solid, but I don't think, they would have needed a 6 out of.
Yeah, they should need
Uh,
3 6s.
Yeah, 3 6s, and then let's see what the Italians can do. But
Yeah.
that would be a little, that'd be a little hard. None of the teams has yet cleaned the target. Actually, shot an 18 on a target. Would like to see that though. It's a
4.
4.
4.
4.
Well, maybe who knows? Maybe we get an 18 out of Italians now, or out of the two men's teams that will be shooting for gold just after they finish.
Martin Andersson for the last hour for Sweden.
Okay, so it's the
They
last
need a
Swedish
6
arrow.
now, I
Yeah,
think.
they need something really good now. And he is taking his time and doing the best he can, I see. Otherwise it would have been a shot already made. It's a super long draw, yeah. Let's rather not do it. Yeah. Well, that's actually good. It just puts to show he's really trying to get the most out of the shot.
Four.
It's a 4.
That would be tough.
Solid for a bare bower on this target, but they have been 4 points behind Italy, and I don't think that's gonna keep Italy away.
9 points for Italy, and it
Yeah,
would
they
be shoot
need
off,
a-
and that's
Yeah, they need a 10 to win, and That shouldn't be too hard for them. Pretty much a 4-4-3 already wins. Oh, okay, 4-4-2 already wins. That's really not a lot, and I believe all three of them can actually shoot better. That's a beautiful 6, just at the right time. Obviously, just showing who's boss in this match. I think.
Rather sure there will be a very high score also.
Yeah, it should be a very, very good score, I think. Yeah, obviously the recurver has a little bit of a struggle. Last two shots to make them go. But it's also nice to see that they're not in a hurry only because it's rain. Some archers do the mistake and just hurry because of the rain.
It's already finished.
Yeah, they have already clinched the gold.
Bronze medal?
Yep.
Italy.
Oh, sorry, yeah, bronze, sorry.
Yes, Monday will close this one. I already have the bronze medal in the pocket, almost.
Yeah, they already have it, not in the pocket yet, but they have already deserved it. Would be cool if he shot a 5, because if he shoots a 5, they have a 60, which would mean, well, he's done. Yeah.
Italy finished with a 4.
So yeah, Italy finishes with a 4, which is 59 points. And a pretty good score for a team in these conditions, because the rain is really not giving up. So anyone shooting today just has to accept the fact that they'll be drowning pretty much all day. Okay, so bronze goes to Italy. Congratulations to them. 3 really great archers. Did a good job and showed dominance on every one of the targets. And deservedly took the medal. And we just have a match left, and that match will be for the gold in the men's teams. And as soon as the archers from this match walk out, we will start the match.
Rezultat je sada potvrđen. Italija pobjedila sa 59 bodova naprema švedskih 54. Čestitke italijanskoj ekipi na brončanoj medalji.
And as the archers are walking out, you can already see in the tunnel that there's already people waiting to walk out and to start the last match. The target faces are getting changed and rechecked, just so everything would be perfect for them. Okay, and the judge and the coaches are coming out for their last match. So we will have the French and the American team shooting for gold. This is definitely going to be one of the strongest matches of the day, at least that's how we all expect it. And we'll certainly have the chance to see some world champions shooting right now as a part of the team. Okay, so the judges and the coaches are out. They're already there enjoying the rain, and the archers are just coming out now, with the friends coming out first.
Dame I gospodo, molimo vas da želite dobrodošlicu sportašima na terenu u borbi za zlatnu medalju muškarci.
And in the American team we have one of the most famous recurve archers.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a really strong match. We have on the American team, we have Brady Ellison, their famous Olympian and the Olympic medal winner. Jesse Broadwater, this is the current field champion from Val d'Isere, and just really amazing shooter. I mean, he can win pretty much anything he shoots. And on the other side in France, you have Jean-Charles Valadon, who is also a current world field champion, won the gold in Val d'Isère 2 years ago as well. So, like I said, we'll be seeing some champions shooting here.
Legend for this match is Miss Eva Whip.
I have to correct you on the barebow archers. Roy
Yeah,
Olivier
but
is
barebows I don't know
a
so
European
much.
champion.
There was
Yeah.
a European champion. Okay.
It was Corina from Spain who won the world champion title in France.
Oh, that I don't know. I was just referring to recurvers.
But in field archery, it seems that the European is really, really strong compared to other kind of sports.
Yeah, for example, in target, if you look in target, of course, the strongest archers come from US and mostly the European teams, but also there's Asia there as well. However, I think field is very much a European thing, and a lot of countries have really, really good field archers, really good field competitions. So basically, if you take the European, you're practically just missing the American team to have the world championships, because anyone else coming is usually not as good. So yeah, Europeans winning a European championship in field is just a small step under the world.
Yeah. But we have Australians here, we have Japanese here, and we have
Yeah, it's nice to
the Americans
Yep.
and Mexico.
it's nice to have some new countries at the world field as well. So
Four.
this compound started with a 4. I don't personally know him. Seems like not a new archer. I can't say he's new, but maybe newer on the team. I think he still needs the experience, maybe.
But we know that
The recurve we
compound
know.
archers from France is good enough to be.
Of course, if he's good enough to be on the team, he has probably beaten a lot of very well-known archers, so he deserves his spot. Also four
Valadon.
from Valadon, yeah.
4 possible 5.
And tomorrow we will see Valant and Brady Ellison in the gold final with Vidal.
Valadon would also be defending the title then, because he won it in Val d'Isère against another American archer, against Jake Kaminsky. So who knows? Maybe it works out for him again. Three fours for everyone on the team. 12. I don't think a 12 in the men's match is such a good idea.
My guess is that US have 4 points lead after this one.
Yeah, probably. You never know, but
I would be surprised if two teams on this level will do 12 both on
yeah,
that target.
That would be very surprising, though. Okay, so
Yes, the
Jesse,
Broadwater.
yeah, Jesse's opening up the match and he's starting to shoot.
And he have shot amazing in individual qualifications
Yeah,
and eliminations.
he has been dominating everything the whole week, and he's going to be shooting for gold tomorrow against Chris White.
Oh.
And that's not just a 6, that's a dead center 6, so he's really just showing what he can do.
You can do a new phase around that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's another 6 from Brady Ellison, but he's an amazing archer as well, so of course we're not surprised that he's performing at his level. So let's see what their bare board does. I mean, if he shoots a 6 as well, which would be really amazing also, they would have 18 points.
Then we have Ben Rogers for barebow.
Yeah.
As you can remember, that Alan Eagleton was on the silver medal last World Championship. He was not in this team. He is at the team at the championship, but not in the competing team. Yeah,
But that's
you see
a
why
5,
he is there.
almost a 6. So this is really, really good. Oh, they have counted a 6-5 foul for US, but that's clearly a mistake because
Yeah.
it's at least a 6-6-5. But that's some really great shooting from the American team for the start.
The best score on the
I think
target
it's the best
one
Yeah,
until now.
it's the best score so far. Yeah,
And it
well,
will stand like that after this day because it's the last match, the gold medal match for men's team.
oh well, I don't think it'll actually stay that way if it's a 17.
No.
Oh yeah, there's a 17. Yeah, they
17
checked
close
it.
to 18.
Yeah. Okay, they changed it a little. Okay, but the last one wasn't holding. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell with the thin arrows.
And France will start this.
Yeah,
and
France
also.
will start first again because they are now the trailing team and they're quite behind actually, 5 points. Okay, so the judges showing them their positions and who stands where.
Here we have a Norwegian judge.
Yeah, she's been quite busy this week, like all the judges, of course. They've been doing a rather good job with everything that we needed on the courses, so everything can keep on running smoothly. It's always a lot of work. Oh, there we go. They have changed it. It was an 18 for the US.
Okay, yeah.
So it was actually holding, and that's our first 18 of the day. That's really impressive. That's really impressive. So the bare bowler also shot a 6.
Sorry, but was something we said that was not going to happen again.
And what the judges and the crews, as you can have seen this week, judges and the crew on the field and on the courses is here 1-2 hours before the arches, and they're leaving 1-2-3 hours after the arches. So they actually do a lot of time.
Yeah, that is organizing a field event is rather hard on the hosting country or hosting city or whoever is actually organizing it, because on field, whatever you are organizing, there is always going to be things that come up that you have to do, especially when you have weather like this. It makes it harder for everyone, but I think everyone has done their job rather well, so it's been running smoothly.
Low 5.
Yep. He's been, I think, running a little low. Let's see, 25 meter, how it works for the current world champion.
And I also heard that this is the first time ever we have done any archery, at least a competition in the Maximir Park for Zagreb.
Yeah, this was the first time for archery here ever. A lot of federations have actually asked if the host country, if we would actually do some sort of a test event or if we had shot it before. But of course we couldn't organize that because the park was open for the organizers starting Saturday, just before the competition. So you can imagine it was a very, very fast setting up.
Low 5. And it's amazing to have this kind of big park so close to the city center, and to make a competition this close to the center.
Yeah, this was one of the things that I was very happy about when I heard it's going to be here. It's always with field, you need a park, you need something where you can actually shoot, where you can put up 3 courses for the world championships, and you need that open space. And that's usually very much out of the cities or out of the town. Here you have a lot to see, a lot to do, so it's all together.
Good shots from France.
There
15.
we go, a 15. That looks much better.
One of the best shots on this target number 2.
Yeah, definitely. And they have a nice group, but I'm pretty sure that US, the way they started, can top that off.
Yeah, and France should have needed 18 more, maybe.
Yeah, I think that France would have to come up with an 18 themselves if they want to do anything against the US. Jesse will be shooting for gold tomorrow against Chris White, which is going to be a nice match because Jesse is the current world champion and another dead center. I mean, he just puts the show. He's amazing. And he'll be shooting against Chris White that won the world championship in Croatia 10 years ago. So there's going to be quite a lot of motivation from both of them to
Low 4.
actually win. Yeah.
About the compound archer here, Jesse Broadwater, he missed just 1 point yesterday on the semifinals
Yeah,
out
he
of
was
12 arrows.
Yeah, he is like that. He does that.
So you actually can shoot 3
you-
team
Yeah, he's
matches and just have 1 out.
yeah, he's been he shot the semifinal match against his fellow American Steve Anderson, who actually shot good, but Jesse's just been doing amazing for a while now, and yeah, he's doing a good job. And another six from the bear bowler. I
Impressive.
mean, seriously, this man is doing an amazing job. I think he's been so far the best bear bowler we've
Yeah.
seen. Okay, he still got the 2 long shots to
Two
do.
sixes.
Yeah, the 60 meter and the 45 meter that will come up just shortly.
It's rather good when the team is rather good when an archer like Brady Ellison looks like the weak point.
Yeah, I mean, if Brady Ellison is the weak point, I mean, then you know what kind of a team we're talking about. And it's not like he made some sort of a big mistake. I think this is his first FIDA, World Archery Field event. And
But he was on top the World Games in Cali last year.
yeah, well, I meant just the World Championship, and so he's not been on the World Archery Field course as often as, for example, Jake Kaminsky, who is their coach currently. So it's quite a star-filled team they got there.
It's interesting that we have seen more than one team using other individual archers as a coach. Why that?
Well, like I said, in the coach's box, you need someone who knows field, first of all, who knows all 3 archers, who has been there, who knows what they're going through when they're on that peg under pressure, and what they need to do. Sometimes not all coaches know that, or they just better understand themselves among each other, and they just take a different archer. Just whatever works, you know. Sometimes what happened with us yesterday was that the coaches were too busy because there was 5, 6, 7 archers on the course needing a coach at the very moment. You cannot use 2 coaches for that. So then other fellow archers help out, and they stick like that to the end, not to make any changes. And another low arrow.
They would
5
need
this time.
6s.
Yeah, they really need 6s about now. Because a 34 from US is really amazing shooting.
Yeah, and this is target number 3 on 45 meters for the compound and recurves on 60 centimeters face. And we're shooting over the podium and in front of the lake.
Oh yeah, I think the way the US is shooting so far, they're just looking at the podium where they want to stand at the very top. That's a 4.
4.
That's too bad. But this one has shown to be very tricky because of the very bad footing for the archers with the compound and the recurve bow, and it's the longest distance for this target phase. So combining all of that together has shown to be rather tricky.
Yeah, it looks like a bit. Sometimes they look like standing on one leg and try to balance. and shoot.
That does happen sometimes. You're basically on one foot balancing, and yeah, it's really not easy. And you're tense and nervous anyway because you're in that kind of a match.
Looks a good shot. Oh, high 4.
5-4. So basically that's a 5-4, 4, a 13.
Normally that's a good score on that one. But
They
I
can do
don't
better. I
think it's
think
enough.
we've seen some 15s so far. But let's see how the US team can deal with that.
See how slippery it is.
Yeah, they're taking it easy. and Jesse will start first, of course, as usual. And let's see how the tricky
No, you don't
stance
use
is.
the peg. Have the peg maybe
It's
been a little
already
slippery?
it's already been crushed. If you see, it's not vertical anymore. It's just been kind of pushed to the ground.
He looks
But
stable.
he looks very, very solid and very stable as usual. Takes his time and shoots another 6, of course.
6.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's what usually people say when they see him shoot.
It looks easy when he shoots,
Yeah, they make it look easy, but it's really not.
and it looks
Another
also
4
easy
from
when Brady shoots.
Another 4 from Brady. That's too bad. It's a little trickier with the recurve though, so it's not quite the same.
You have 2 4s now.
Yeah.
Let's see if the
I mean,
If
if the
Ben
bear
Rogers-
if the bear boy now shoots a 6, I'm really going to be beyond impressed. I know he's been shooting good. I saw him on the practice field. He was doing well, but who knows?
oh,
It's a 4.
Four.
Still good. So it's a 6-4-4. They picked up another point against Italy here.
one thing you can notice when you looked at the American team, it's a lot of experience, of course, but we also see that Ben Rogers is a little bit older than the other guys, but in
Yeah.
archery is that not a problem?
No, I think that's a really cool thing about archery. You don't have to be 5 to start doing it. You don't have to be only 25 to do it professionally, or 20, or whatever the other sports have to be doing. It's kind of an all life sports. So you can do it older, younger, whatever you want to do, whatever's your thing. You have to do it well, of course, but it's really cool you can do it.
Behind there in the tent, on the right side, you see Darko Judel, the president for the Croatian Archery Association.
Yes, he's of course the president of the federation and the head of the organizing team here for the World Championship.
They also know that your father have done most of the planning for the courses with his
My
crew,
father
of course.
my father and his crew have been my father is the field course manager, and he has a rather, I would actually say, small crew of people, but they're all very very well organized. So in order, not to waste resources, and they've been working very hard this whole week. So yeah, sometimes I wish the rain stops to just make it easier on them as well.
But I also know that they have done the job with a good smile, big smile on the face.
Yeah, that's true. They've done it good. Really good effort.
And in archery, most of the case that all crews, the courses and such, is voluntarily. No one is paid for it.
No. It is all voluntarily. People do it for the good of sports, because we want to help archery develop in our region, help archery develop in Zagreb, and you
Fine.
can't be paid for that. Just okay. So the compound from France has been, well, not shooting probably as good as he wanted to. He shot a 5 on this one as well, 5s, and open up with a 4. So.
But they can't say that France is not shooting good enough.
No,
It's
no.
actually the Americans shoot
No,
amazing.
the Americans are just shooting amazing. The French team knows their ways around the field course. France is one of those European countries that is a field nation. If you have to pick a few European countries that are really good in field, that would be Italy, France, and Sweden. As like a whole nation, you got individuals coming from all sorts of places, but nationality
that's-
speaking, yeah, there
Well,
we go, and he proves the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an amazing target archer as well, and he's been shooting field great for quite a while.
You show why he's in the final tomorrow. in
Yeah,
Ljubljana?
he's really been solid, of course, this week, and proving why he's the best.
2 years ago, we delivered with that final
Then we have the European champion for field from France, Roy.
And that's
close to
probably a
5.
4, I think.
Possible 5.
They say possible 5, but usually when arrows look this way on a field target, that's looking like a 4.
France
that's
to
a
55 here. This is a good score.
Not
That's
really, I
not
wouldn't
enough.
say it. Yeah, the last match was won with 59 from Italy, so it wouldn't even be good enough for that match, but yeah, you can never say. But like I said, Italy is solid, but US is just amazing, which makes it really hard for any opponent they meet.
My guess is a 6 now.
Yeah, it could be. Not a bullseye though, but let's see. This is 60 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
line
that's
or
right.
6. There we
I should
go.
have bet on that one.
Yeah, that's true. So he's been shooting clean this whole match. He shot 4 sixes. The
Good.
5. Yeah, that's
Five.
a good shot from
USA
Brady.
is the new world champion.
And
We
they
have
have
not
already clinched the match by a lot.
And if
They have-
Rogers hit this target, it will be the win with the biggest,
And then you are still
Yeah,
allowed
it'll
to
be the
shoot
highest
your
score of the day.
and also the biggest difference to the
Yeah.
opponents.
Yes, of course. So
Let's see if Rogers can
he had a 6-6 and a 4.
maybe can be too much relaxed now.
Yeah, that's also a problem sometimes.
3.
That's a
three for
3.
them.
So that's solid. A 62.
Very high scores.
Yeah, that's a good score. That score is above 5 average,
You'll also
which is
notice,
great for a
USA
team.
got strong leadership from
Gold
Jesse
for
Paul, who
US
shot
and
only
silver
6
for
during
France.
the match.
And I think that wraps it up for the team event.
Stay with us, of course, for the victory ceremony is coming up shortly.
Ostanite s nama za ceremoniju dodjele medalja koja će nastupiti uskoro.
Scores are now officially confirmed. Victory for USA 62 to 55. Congratulations for the USA. And congratulations for the runner-up France.
Rezultati su sada službeni. Sjedinjene Američke Države su osvojile zlato, pobjedile u ovom meču sa 62 poena naprema francuskih 55.
We have seen a lot of good matches now, and we have new world champions, and we will soon have the prize ceremony, and they also will pass through the tunnel. Have its feeling when you are going out for a medal that way?
Oh well, amazing. It's actually very, very exciting, and you're still on adrenaline from the match, especially when the ceremony is right away after the match, like this one will be. So I think they're just waiting for the archers to clear off the field, so they can have the medal ceremony started with the junior teams.
Yeah. And it will start with the junior men's team, and after that it will be women team, and later on men teams. There are actually no junior women team this time.
No, that often happens. Usually in field archery, sadly, the junior women's side is not as full, let's say, as its junior men's or the adult teams. So there's always younger girls missing.
And we also know that it's there are rules that it should be a number of nations for we can have a championship for the division or the teams
Oh
events.
yes, of course. You cannot have a championship with 2 teams or 2 individuals, of course. So, which is of course a good rule.
Now we see the medals is bringed out. And we also see the teams.
Okay, yes, those are the junior teams that we've seen a little earlier to shoot. Now they're ready for taking their medals.
And medals here will be presented by Mr. Mario Scarcella, first Vice President of World Archery. And Prakus will be presented by Mr. Dark Udel, President of the Croatian Archery Federation.
Medals will be presented by Mr. Mario Scarcella, first Vice President of World Archery. Plaquettes will be presented by Mr. Darko Udel, President of the Croatian Archery Federation.
On the right we see Dark Udel, and in the middle we see Mario Scarcella.
Oh, and there is a Croatian woman in some very old-fashioned clothing, but also wearing a raincoat over it.
Is that traditional?
No, I don't think
But
that
maybe
kind was traditional, but they're all wearing transparent raincoats.
And the dresses is maybe a little bit expensive also. We have
Yeah, that's
bronze
true.
medal Justin Dixon, Rylan Hartman and Colin Klimichuk from USA.
And Colin Klimchek.
They have also done a very good job in the team event today earlier in the day.
Was some confusing here,
Yes,
but now it's
but
Mr.
now-
Dark Udel.
Now the president of our federation is giving them plaques for.
Is
for
he
their-
rather new president? in
Yes,
Croatia?
he's a rather new president. I would say a little over a year. Even though I'm not really familiar with the politics. I think like a year and a half.
Yeah. Tough to take a championship.
Yeah, it is. But I really have to say, he has been doing a great job.
And we have the silver medals to Italy, Alessandro Natali, Alessio Nosetti and Luca Valenti.
Oh, yeah, those boys shot rather solid, but still lost to the British team. That was really amazing in the morning.
And we have the guy in the middle, Alessio Nosetti, which have to borrow a bow because it was run over by a car.
Yeah, it
The
was
other
run
day?
over by a catering van, but it was there was no further problems with it. Of course, it was all settled.
Gold medal representing United Kingdom.
Great Britain, gold medals, Patrick Houston, Craig McCreary, Jordan Mitchell.
Patrick Houston. Craig McCreary. And Jordan Mitchell.
You can go.
And now we will we'll hear the national anthem for Great Britain.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Great Britain.
United Kingdom, yes.
Britain.
Dame i gospodo, pozdravite srdečnim pljeskom naše sportaše.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for our athletes.
Sì, non c'è telegramma.
Okay, so boys are going off the podium now, and I think we should have the women team's medal winners next.
Yeah, and the medals will be presented by Mrs. Judy Medved, World Archery Europe Executive Board Member. And plaques will be presented by Mr. Darko Udel, President of the Croatian Archery Federation.
Dove posso dov'è che ho? L'ho fatto, non l'ho fatto. Mando un attimo, non è che lo via.
How many times have you passed that tunnel for prize ceremonies?
Not really sure actually. They didn't always have the tunnel. It's
I
actually
should have
rather
remembered
nice.
if I have done.
Yeah, well, I did do it, just to remember how many times.
I just not have one. Here we also see all the important sponsors for World Archery.
Oh yes, they have shown a great deal of support for World Archery, which we always, of course, appreciate a lot because it helps our sport grow, of course, and it helps World Archery also make good competitions and make it better for everyone.
There have been a big changes the last 10 years.
Yeah, I would say huge. Just trying to make, just a part of trying to make us more professional, more popular on TV, getting compound closer and closer to the Olympics every day.
Medals will be presented
So
by Miss
that's a
Judy
lot of work
Medved,
that has to be done.
World Archery Europe Executive Board
Here we
Member.
will have the bronze medals to representing United
For
Kingdom.
Great Britain, from the British team.
Plaquettes will be
It will
presented
be
by
Naomi
Mr.
Folkard,
Darko Udel,
Christy Lee
President
Ravenscroft
of the
and
Croatian
Victoria
Archery
Williams.
Brončanu medalju dobiva Ujedinjeno kraljevstvo.
Bronze medal representing Great Britain.
And there they are.
Naomi Folkard. Christy Lee Ravenscroft.
So she's collecting her bronze medal today and probably hoping to
And
collect
Victoria
another one
Williams.
tomorrow.
And here we have Mr. Darko Udel again from the Croatian Archery Federation.
Yes, he gets to give the plaques to the teams,
Srebrnu medalju dobiva
and now the
Švedska.
silver medal goes to
Silver
the
medal
Swedish team.
representing Sweden.
Here we have the Swedes for silver medal. We have Lina Björklund, Erika Jangnäs and Ulrika Sjövall.
Yeah,
Lina
I'll leave
Björklund.
the reading of the names to you now.
We have a lot of extra dots and such on our
Yes,
Letters.
that's true.
and the
Ulrika
medals is
Sjövall.
presented by Mrs. Judy Medved, Austria, and also a member of the executive board for World Archery Europe.
Zlatnu medalju dobiva Austrija.
Then we have the gold medals for
and new world
Austria.
champion
Yes, the
representing
new world champion from Austria really deserve their gold medal.
And
They
from the
get
left
job.
we have Lawrence Baldoff, Peter Gobel and Reingild Lienhardt.
Laurence Bandorf.
Yeah, this is a very experienced field team, so I'm not surprised to see them at the top.
And Reingild
But I heard from the Austrian coach that Reinkild was very doubtful if she should compete here or not, but I think she now thinks she done a good decision.
Yeah, it seems like this was a good idea. I'm sure she's going to be pretty happy to go home with a gold medal.
Dame i gospodo, molimo vas, ustanite za nacionalnu himnu Austrije.
So
Ladies and
now the
gentlemen,
national
please
anthem
stand
of
for
Austria.
the national anthem of Austria.
Flags.
The flags are presented on screen.
F11. F11.
And in the background here you see a picture of one of the lakes you have had shot
Ladies and
around
gentlemen, please,
this
give
week.
a
Yeah,
warm round of applause
Maximil
for
Park
our
is
medalists.
actually way bigger than we have had the possibility to see. Maximil is huge with actually 5 lakes, not just the few that we've seen. So this was one of the lakes in the background.
I think the archers have seen almost everyone.
No,
No?
I don't think so. I don't think so. We've been going. Course 1 was around 1 lake. There was another. I think we've seen 2, maybe 3, not all 5.
Okay.
But some are reasonably bigger, so you can make a lot of targets around those.
1 minute to the last flag. Then it's when you stick up.
Then we're waiting for the victory ceremony for men teams. And the medals will be presented by Mr. Darko Udel, President of the Croatian Archery Federation, and plaques will be presented by Mr. Marius Garcella, First Vice President of World Archery.
Friends are ready.
Dame i gospodo, podjela medalja za muškarce ekipno.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's team.
And we have the girls with the traditional dresses again. And bring in the teams.
Oh yeah, so those are the last teams that we've seen shooting on the field. They pretty much just took off the quivers, put the equipment aside, and the medal ceremony starts right away. Which I think we all archers always like. There's no big way to get your medal right away.
And if you look at the France team with the silver, they don't look that sad about that.
No, of course not. I mean,
Medals will be
they're all
presented
there
by
to
Mr.
pick up a
Udel,
medal, you know.
President
It's
of the Croatian
I guess there's worse places to be.
Federation. Plaquette will be presented by Mr. Marius
Bronze
Garcella,
medals.
First Vice President of World Archery.
Bronze medals will go to Italy.
Dobiva Italija.
Bronze medal
Yes, for their very good,
Italy.
very good shooting
And
against Sweden.
representing Italy is Antonio Carminio, Massimiliano
Antonio
Mandia, and
Carminio.
Giuseppe Seimandi.
Massimiliano Mandia.
And
Giuseppe
Mr. Darko Udel do the
Semandi.
medals. And Mr. Marius Garcella, First Vice President of World Archery. And it's also from
Yeah,
Italy.
he's also from Italy, so he's always very happy to have his national team do very good.
Srebrnu
I
medalju
have done
dobiva
that before.
Francuska.
Yeah, they've done it
Silver
before,
medal
that's true.
representing France.
We have the silver medals for France. It will be representing by Benjamin Barrett, Olivier Roy, and Jean-Charles Valadont.
Benjamin Barret. Olivier Roy.
Would
And
maybe
Jean-Charles
learn some French.
Valadon.
Yeah, I have no idea about French as well, so I can't help you on that one.
The rain have given up now and they have a prize ceremony. It was good.
Yeah, well, that's pretty good. At least they have peace during the prize ceremony. That's always good.
Zlatnu medalju dobivaju Sjedinjene Američke Države.
Gold medal and world champion representing the United States of America.
And now the very dominating team all week and today from US will get their gold medal.
From the left, Jesse Broadwater,
Jesse
Brady Ellison,
Broadwater.
and Ben Rogers.
Brady Ellison.
I'm not sure about Ben, but
And
both Jesse
Ben
and Brady are shooting
Rogers.
for gold tomorrow, so they're just getting warmed up.
Yeah. And Mr. Mario Scarcella, give the plaque for that.
And now we'll get to hear the American anthem.
Dame i gospodo, molim vas da ustanete za nacionalnu himnu Sjedinjenih Američkih Država.
It's a
Ladies and
well-known one
gentlemen,
in
please stand
archery.
for the national anthem
Yep.
of the United States
We've
of
heard it
America.
quite a times.
Dame i gospodo, pozdravite srdačnim pljeskom
Yes, and with that,
naših
I think we will.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Say
please give a
goodbye
warm
for
With
today.
that,
And
we're saying goodbye for today, and
Mm.
tomorrow everyone can follow the individual eliminations. That will be for the juniors in the morning and seniors in the afternoon. So there's a lot of matches to watch tomorrow.
And I would like to wish you good luck. Thank you for today.
Thank you
Ivana.
very much.
Thank you.
Welcome back
everyone.
tomorrow.
Please come back tomorrow, same place for the individual finals. In the morning, as of 9 o'clock, the junior finals, and for the afternoon session, as of 1:30 p.m., the senior individual finals.
Sutra počinjemo u 9 sati ujutro, a popodne nastavljamo u 13:30.
Thank you to the staff, thank you to the volunteers and the wonderful people in Croatia.
Zahvale i volonterima i osoblju i prekrasnim ljudima